Yo guys, welcome back to another League Racing video on the channel. Today we are here with the first round of the WOR season, Las Vegas, and this is one of my best tracks, so this is a really good chance to start off the season strong, especially since we're against the likes of Tom97 and a lot of other really quick people. We are against a lot of the drivers that we were in tier 5 with last season, but there is a big step up in terms of the top 8 now. And we're on to our first lap of qualifying, and Las Vegas is one of my best tracks, I'd say, so this is a really good chance to start the season strongly. But the fact that I'm showing you a banker lap, or the first lap of my session, isn't a great indicator of how it's going to go. If you'll be watching, you'll know that now. But either way, we are going to have a decent banker lap, and we are against the likes, as I said, Tom97, and I've been wanting to race him for a long time. And we're finally in the tier that we're able to do that, so we need to perform well, and hopefully we can make a few features on this video. But that's not the point. We're against a lot of other really quick people. There's Leonard Deckers, Jeremy Gallonier is in here, and he's in PSGL F3. So how he's managed to be put in F4 for WR, the math isn't math in there. That doesn't make much sense. But either way, we're actually nailing this lap pretty well. We haven't made a significant mistake yet. And that's all you can really ask for in a bank lap. If anything, this is one of the better bank laps you'll see from me. Into the final big braking zone, getting over the curb nicely, flat on the power. We have a little wobble, but it's nothing too bad. Justin Ertz does a 31.0 and Vettel does a 30.8. And already, Jeremy Glonier, 29.7. And we managed to sneak in P2 with a 30.3. And Leonard Deckers does go ahead of us, but that's going to be where it's at. And you can see we're about 5/10 off Jeremy in P1, and that's not great. That just shows how quick he is, so I'm not sure how he's managed to end up in this tier. And on our next lap you can see we make a big mistake, but we managed to kind of claw back time and then we lose it again on exit. It's just not a very good lap. We're in P10 right now, and then the next corner of that same lap, we get the cut done pretty well, so we do manage to claw back a lot of time. But into this last corner, we're just going to lock up because we have to full push and we end up making a mistake, so we're not going to actually improve on this lap, which is fine, I guess. You know, we've still got another lap to go. The mistake that I had in the middle sector, I would have been really disappointed if I did end up improving. On to our last lap now. We're about a 10th up. We're P14 now, under the bridge. We're going to need to go for a really good cut here. We go for it and it just doesn't favour us at all, and we just have a massive moment over the curb. It's either going to just work for you or it's going to spit you out like it did for us. So we're not going to improve, and that's going to be P14, and that is the same as our PSGL round 1 result, and it's not good. You know, I'm not a fan of getting P14. We had a lot of time in that lap. You know, it's a 0.3, but in practice I was doing 29.9s, so really we could have been top 8 there. But it is what it is. You know, we're starting directly in front of Tom97, so at least we'll get in the video for a little bit, but focusing more on my race because that is obviously what I care about more. We're going to be starting on the medium tyres, and we're going to go for an undercut, because the undercut on this track is insanely powerful, and DRS is even more powerful. So we'll deal with that later, but we're starting on the corner, and we're going to be at 5 red lights, and away we go. It's a very short hold, and we get a really good start. I'm not sure if rolling on the hill gave us more momentum, but it feels like it. We're up the inside. There's a lot of ghosting going on. Up ahead, we're going to try and get a little switchback on Indeciso. Not really sure what's happening. Everyone seems to have unghosted right now. We're going to go around the outside here. We washed a little bit deep. We're 3 wide right now, so we need to be really careful. And we're up into P11 instantly. We are side by side with Vettel behind us. He's on the hard tyres, so it's really important we stay ahead of him. Indeciso ahead brakes a little bit early, which forces us to brake early, and that means Vettel gets up our inside. We run a little bit deep in the next corner, but we really need to try and chuck up the inside here, which we are going to try and do. We end up going up the inside of Indeciso when we back out, though, because it would not be smart to go there, and we end up hanging around the outside of Vettel. And we've got the inside for the next corner. We've got a bit more grip, and we are going to make that move, which is crucial for our race, as Vettel and Tom behind us are both on the hard tyres, and we have to stay ahead or we're going to be really slow these first few laps, and we're never really going to gain those positions back if we can't overtake them. So it's really important we stay ahead, and we're up into P11 right now. 3 positions gained off the start. Not exactly sure where those came from, but it just seems like people were dropping all over the place. And we're going to use a lot of our battery. Vettel was looking like he was going to line up a move, but he just backs off a little bit. So we just come off it. No point to burn all our battery, and battery management on this track is key. It is one of the most important things, because obviously the back straight is so long. You just need a lot of ERS. You really need to be able to stay with the guys ahead. And there's a lot of opportunities to charge, you know, the first few corners, the middle sector, you can charge a lot of places on this track, but you really need to just have that battery. We are going to defend from Vettel now. Up ahead, there is a Haas gone, and Investiso gets spun round, and we are ghosted in the Haas right now, but he has wing damage, so we are going to go for the move, and we're just going to drive through him. That's not exactly legal, but no one reported me for it, so we're just going to take it. And we're up into P9 out of nowhere. And we are staying with the DRS of the guys ahead. That is the important thing. They are slowing down a lot now. Someone's going for a move on someone up ahead. They managed to go single file, but there is a little bit of a gap breaking from the top 4. But a few laps later, it actually all works itself out, so it's completely fine. Up ahead, Sinan's flashing. I'm not sure if he's just saving battery, or he's actually just like low on battery. But we have a really good exit. He runs a little bit deep. We have a really good run on him. And we're going to burn all our battery now. He is flashing, so we do actually have more battery than him. We're going to make a move. We're going to move up into P7, and the reason that's now P7 instead of P8 is actually because Lennart Deckers, the Red Bull you can see in the minimap, all the way at the back, he has boxed and went for a very big undercut. So he's going to gain a lot of track position, but he might be struggling towards the end of the race. And on lap 10, this is now the point I'm deciding to box, I think. Yeah, it is. There's a few of us coming into the box. And we're going to really need to try not to speed, because this is such a difficult pit lane. Victor Garcia goes incredibly deep, and he actually gets a 10-second penalty, which is really big for our race, because that should be a free position, because if we can keep up the pace we've got now, we should really stay within 10 seconds of him, as he is only the car ahead of us. But unfortunately, because he sped into the pits, he actually gained time on us on pit entry, so he's actually just dropped us out of DRS right now, which isn't good at all, because if we can't get back into it on this lap, then we will never get back into it, because the DRS will carry them so far away from us, and it'll be near impossible to get into this without any, like, you know, full sending on the tyres, which we don't want to do, because we'll then, you know, kill the tyres, and we still need to keep the tyres. We've got to try and find a nice little management of pushing and keeping the tyres. But luckily, we're within around 9/10 now. We have actually dropped out of 10th and messed up that corner a little bit. The DRS detection zone is after the next, you know, the chicane you've got to cut. It's after that on the straight a little bit. So if we nail this and he doesn't, then we should be getting DRS. We've managed to get it to within like 8/10 right now. And we just need to keep this clean. We flick it in, and we don't keep it clean. That's actually, I don't remember this. We did not keep it clean. But we are managing to keep it just about within 9/10. And we are going to get the detection around now, and we are within the 1 second. So we've burnt all our battery, but we are within the DRS, and that is really all we wanted from that outlap. And a few laps later now, lap 16, 6 laps later, Victor Garcia has overtaken Jerem, and Jerem's going a bit slow, and Rassenberg behind us boxed a lap later, so he's got a lap fresher tyres. But right now, Jerem seems to be going a bit slow. He's been going slow the last lap or so. So we're going to burn a lot of our battery. We're going to commit to a move here. So we're going to go to the outside. He actually defends it though. So we go around the outside, and you know, I really want to get this move done, but we also don't want to lose too much time to the Mercedes ahead of us, and we end up making contact with the inside wall, which does lose us time. Not what we wanted at all. But Jerem's still fighting it, and at this point I'm pretty sure he's going to back out, but he actually doesn't, and I'm not going to back out, because I've already committed so much to this move, I kind of have to get it done. So he ends up leaving that open, but he ends up staying ahead. But now I've burnt so much battery, Rassenberg's behind me, he's looking for a move, so to defend from him I'm going to have to go for a move on Jerem, making a bit of contact. Now Rassenberg's on the inside, and we are going to manage to hold it now, but we've used a lot of our battery there, and we've actually lost DRS to the Mercedes up ahead, and that's really bad, because all the hard runners have now boxed, and they're in the train 5 or so seconds behind us, and they're going to be catching. They're going to be on better tyres now. They're going to be on the mediums. So it was actually really important that we didn't lose too much time, but we actually did. We lost all the time, and then Jerem couldn't get Victor Garcia back. But on the next lap, we're going to be forced to go for a move again on Jerem by Rassenberg. So we're going to go up the inside. We've got very little battery left. We're going to get the move done pretty cleanly. And we're going to try and burn all our battery. We're going to try and break the slipstream. And Jerem isn't actually following us, which is really big for our race. But unfortunately, you can see Victor Garcia up ahead is now 2 seconds ahead. But he does have the 10 seconds. Jerem's looking like he's going to go for a move. He doesn't. We managed to hold it. But the reason we wanted to stick to Victor Garcia is because he had a lot of pace, and he would have been able to carry us up to Lennart Deckers, because he's now in the DRS of him up ahead, and he's on a really old tyres to us. He's around 3 laps older than us. So it was really important we stayed with him because he would have carried us to the podium. But unfortunately, we aren't going to get P2 in this race. That's gone now. And you can see me wiggling a little bit. We're trying to make a little friendship here with Rassenberg. We're going to try and work together to defend from the guys ahead. So we're going to let him go and use our momentum lap by lap to slingshot ahead of each other. Because the medium tyres are now here. Lawrence Patton in P7. He is the first of which. And it's really important that we don't lose much time here. And yeah, lap 20. Going to try and burn some battery, but it's next lap anyway. And Rassenberg up ahead. We are still sitting pretty. We're sitting pretty in P5. Up ahead, Rassenberg goes deep, which actually means we go deep. We run deep. We need to try and not get a warning here.
Come on, bro.
But I make a massive mistake, and I try and cut that too perfectly, and I tried to lose as little time as possible. But we've picked up a very stupid 3 seconds. The other 2 warnings were at the chicane we're coming up to, where you have to cut, so that makes kind of sense. But we've made a massive mistake, and we've gotten a 3 seconds. And now there's a big train behind us, so we're going to lose a lot of places at the end of this race. And we are sitting in P5 right now. And really, we didn't have to try and cut that corner as much. Because we were definitely going to stay on track, and we were probably going to stay in the DRS of Rassenberg with our ERS we had. And unfortunately, I just tried to be too good at the game. And it's really backfired. And we've now got a 3 seconds, so now we really have to work with Rassenberg. And we have to really hope that the guys behind either pick up a penalty or get spun or start fighting hard or something. Because this is really bad that we've now got this. It's really bad. We're also losing a lot of grip on our tyres because I've been sending it so hard throughout this race. Been trying really hard. Rassenberg's now going to make a move. And that's actually alright because you can see Tom 97 behind us is around a second out of DRS. Because they have been fighting a lot. There's been people making some mistakes behind. But we don't have the grip to really keep him out of DRS, so he's going to get back in. He's now within 3/10. And there's now a few cars behind us within our 3 seconds. We make a big mistake here, as our tyres are just not there anymore. Now we're side by side. Tom's on the outside now for this corner, so we're going to cover off the switchback here. And we are struggling massively. That's a massive telling point to the guys behind that we're struggling. Because I don't even know how I did that. That car control was not normal at all. But we were trying to go for a really aggressive outside line there, which kept locking up the tyres, and I don't know why I kept doing it, because no one else was doing it, and it wasn't helping my front tyres. I was locking up so often. But lap 24 or 25 now, this is now it. We're going to have to make something happen here, and we're going to start the final lap of the race. And there is 3 cars behind us within our 3 seconds that can currently take our position from us, and you can see now we take a normal line. We don't take an outside line there, and we actually just completely keep the tyres. So I don't know why this entire race I was trying to keep it on the outside when it just wasn't the play at all, which is a mistake that I'm going to have to learn from. But, you know, this is a big race, so I really wish I just was doing it now, you know. But anyway, going to have to try and stick behind Rassenberg now. We've got some decent pace compared to him. He is on a lap older tyres, but we are sticking with him very nicely. We've got a lot of battery left, and we will be trying to line up a move anyway on track on the Casino straight. And it's going to be difficult because he's now going to have saved a lot as well. It's not going to be like the other few moves we've made with him, where he's just kind of let us go. But going to try and keep Nathan behind, and we need a really good exit here. We do need a good exit. Around 6/10 behind on Rassenberg, braking onto the bridge, trying to get a very smooth exit, which we do. We actually get a clean exit. We're on 80% battery, so we're just going to have to burn nearly everything because we want to keep some battery for the final straight. And right now we're a bit too far behind on Rassenberg, who's obviously just put his foot to the floor a little bit through the last sector. And we're going to just save battery because realistically we're not getting this pen removed. There is no point wasting time and maybe losing some time fighting him. So we're just going to try and hold the position to the line and keep as minimum time lost to the guys behind as we can.
There's no way I got that 3 seconds.
Because we would actually finish P4 because remember Victor Garcia's got the 10-second penalty. And we're going to come across the line. We do overtake Victor Garcia, and we would have got P4 there. And we managed to hold on to P7. But that was one of the best races I've done in a long time. And it's unfortunately only P7, which I would have taken at the start of the race. But you can just see with the potential we had and the position we were in for most of that race, we could have got P4. And that would have been absolutely incredible. I'm taking a lot of positives from that race, but just pure stupidity getting that 3 seconds. Incredibly dumb. so unnecessary in every way. And yeah, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. The next round is going to be, if you give it a second, it's not coming up for me. There it is. It's going to be Silverstone, and it's not a track I'm too happy about, I'm going to be honest. Not great at this track, but we're going to put in a lot of practice and we're going to get up to pace because I've seen what's possible in this tier and we're going to go for it. So if you did enjoy this video, remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.